thought today I would go through the yarn and some projects that I don't think I showed in my last video. Some projects are new and I finished in between in the last couple of weeks, and some are I've had for some things I've had for months, like yarn I've had for a very long time. So I thought I would be a bit chill and share a bit of updates on a bit of everything, not just projects or not just like yarn, just a bit of everything, and a few other things like new crafts that I want to try. Right now I'm in between projects. I'm about to cast off a project, this one here I've got in the side here. I'm almost at the end of it and I want to maybe in between do another craft and then go back into casting on something new so that I can have a bit of a break and have a chance to so there's not a big plan for this video. I think that's just what I'm going to do before I burn out completely. So I thought, yeah, I'll share what I have, and I think getting it out will help me a lot to organize my thoughts a bit more and figure out what I want to work on next. So this sweater, I don't think I have mentioned in another video. I think I did knit this up only in the last few weeks. This was just for myself. This is a sweater that I just cast on, no pattern, just made it up as I went. Just a easy raglan sweater. I used up Suri yarn that I had from Ching Fiber and Amarisu, that yarn I got in Japan, and they're both Suri yarns, the same weight, the same like 5-ply alpaca Suri, which is the same thing. That is just a really nice soft yarn. I've learned during knitting that mohair doesn't sit well with me, which is really strange because I made one mohair sweater. It sat completely fine. And then I wore it again and then suddenly I was very sensitive to it. I did a wash on it. I used like a wool wash on it, and it just didn't work out. So now it turns out I can't wear mohair, and I love the fluffy halo sort of look of things. So I had this Suri yarn in my stash. I held it together with I've got some ends that aren't weaved in here. So that's the fingering weight yarn I used. It's just no, it's not fingering weight, maybe sport weight more. Baby merino, maybe it is fingering weight. So I held that with the Suri, and together it made a sort of Aran to worsted weight yarn. I thought it was going to make more of a DK weight yarn, so I sort of swatched for a DK weight, but ended up being more worsted to Aran, so I had to readjust my numbers for this sweater, and I think it turned out really nice. The yarns I used were very similar as well. The Suri yarns I used were very similar, and one you can see had like a lot of like dark blue in it with some pastel streaks. The other Suri yarn was just fully pastel. So these sections here, like here and here, where it's sort of very subtle, those were the parts that were the light pastel Suri yarn. And what I did is I just switched the mohair every couple of rows. So for 1 or 2 rows, I'd work with the mohair that had this blue in it, and then I'd work like 5 or 6 rows with the other mohair that had the pastel in it to sort of balance it out and to stop any pooling. Because I worked it top down, you can see it started pooling up here. I didn't really love it, so I sort of dispersed it out a bit more so that it was a bit more even, so it had more of like a stripy look, which I prefer. The other reason I did that as well is because I only had 2 skeins of this blue one. I'm just going to call it blue, even though it was like pastel. I only had 2 skeins of the blue one. I had 3 skeins of the other pastel one. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't use up all of the blue and all of the other one. Like, I wanted to make sure I had enough to make a sweater's worth, and I do. And I think I've got 1 skein of each left, or like half a skein of each left or something like that. So it worked out pretty well. And I do still have leftover of this. So I could probably make like a matching hat or matching accessory or something like that with it. Maybe a matching balaclava, because I did make some not long ago and I think that would actually be really cute. It would like all match. It could be like a hoodie sort of style. So that's this sweater. Again, no pattern, just vibes and coffee. Also, I hope you don't hear the lawnmower. My neighbor's just mowing his lawn suddenly. Because, well, not suddenly, because it's been really windy here where I live. So for the past week and a bit, it's been extremely windy. And so no one can do anything. Like, it's been windy and rain, you can't do anything. So I assume everyone's doing as much as they can very, very quickly. So yeah, this is the sweater I am currently making right now. It is, again, just going off of vibes. The yarn I'm using is an alpaca yarn. It is We Are Knitters alpaca yarn. I've had this in my stash for going on about maybe 3 to 4 years now. I hadn't used it for anything, and then I did make my pattern the campus cable with that, and I did end up ordering more yarn because I needed to do another sample, and it was quite oversized, the sample, because it's obviously the cables were very chunky, so it ended up being a really oversized style of sweater of this white color. This one I had about, I think, maybe 4 skeins left of this, maybe 5 skeins. They're only about 100 and something meters each, so it was like all up I had maybe 500 to 600 meters, so not enough for a whole sweater. And then of the blue color, the blue stripe, I had maybe 2.5 skeins, so I thought to just disperse it out as evenly as I could to make a stripy classic sweater. What I've done here is I made my sleeves first, obviously, because I want to make sure I have sleeves on this, because I don't mind if it's cropped as long as it's got sleeves. And I did like a color little thing here, and the reason why I did this block of color is because I worked this sleeve first and I thought that I would run out of yarn, so out of the white yarn, so I made this color block in this color so that I wouldn't run out of the white, and I just figured it wouldn't matter too much if the stripes weren't all even, because as long as like it all looked very deliberate. So here I've ended up doing a color block in white, because when I was working this down, I realized, oh, okay, I'm not going to have enough of this color now to finish the stripes on the body. So I'm working the body right now, and I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, and on my 5th stripe now. And I've actually had to pull yarn from a sample that I made to finish this 5th stripe, because I don't think I'm going to have enough, and I'm really hoping this will make 6 rows of stripes, because then after that I've got no more samples to work. And this is the sample from my campus cable as well, so you can see the big cable in the middle there. So I'm really hoping it works out, or else I'll have to pull it back and then make the whole thing white, and I've just got this one ball of white left to finish this off. So I'm really hoping this works out for me, that I can finish it up. Also, I should mention the v-neck. It is like the tiniest v-neck. I actually made it smaller than this, and I put it on, it wouldn't fit over my head, so I had to rip back about 4 or 5 rows on the thing, because I actually really wanted like a thick v-neck, and I wanted it to be a high v-neck as well. Like I wanted to make it really nice and stylish as a high v-neck. So that's what I did with this, and I'm gonna have to redo it. I did rejig the numbers on it so that if I make another one, I can go back and redo it, which I think I will, with like enough yarn so I can make stripes. So that's the plan for this. I actually do really like this sweater, and I think this will be a really nice design that people will like. So these vibes are probably going to go into a pattern soon, hopefully, and I can get that out there. I don't always love the improvisation of not having enough yarn, because then I knit and I'm like, what's the point, because I'm going to run out of yarn, and I get really anxious about it, and it shouldn't really be like that. But I think I'm trying to learn to embrace it a bit more, so that, yeah, I can just make sure I use my yarn. I think that's why I don't use a lot of my scrap yarn, is because I just think like, oh, I'm not going to wear it or whatever. I think I did say previously that I love the process of knitting, but I think I'm more in an era now where I'm starting to wear my knits more, and I want to be able to wear them, and I want to wear them out. I have just like piles and piles in my closet of knits that I don't really wear, and I want to be able to wear them and, you know, show them off a bit more. Camera change, not much of a camera change. So there, I'm going to go through some yarns that I did receive recently. 1, 2, 3. These were all gifted because I have been on a yarn ban, so I haven't been buying yarn, but then Laughing Hands sent me some yarns, and also Stephen and Penelope sent me some yarns. So I'm really excited to show you guys some of these. Like this bag I received back in March and I still haven't cast on for my project yet. So Laughing Hen sent me some Drops Air yarn to try. I got to choose the colors. I chose this really beautiful mint and this pink. So the sweater I'm going to knit with these is the Northern Augustins number 4 sweater, and it's got the beautiful like shape and the ribbons and stuff. So this is my main color on the sweater, and then it's going to be the contrasting color is the lovely pink. I have made one of these before. If you guys probably saw either on my Instagram, I don't know if I mentioned in another video, but I did something really weird with the neckline, so I need to re-knit that up, and I get the feeling that I knit the neckline incorrectly, or I used the wrong needle size, and that's why it's bigger than it should be. It could also just be my shoulders, so I'm going to re-knit it up again and see if it was either just me, or if the pattern just doesn't suit me. So I'll find out, but that's my plan for this. They sent me this back a while ago, very, very kindly sent it to me, and I do need a cast on, and it is, what is it, winter, so still got like a good, no, it's spring. Today is spring. I can still knit it up and wear it out. I think it'll still be good to wear out, to knit up and wear out. The next yarns that I have are from Stephen and Penelope. This was kindly gifted to me from them. It is their tandem yarns, and it is really, really beautiful. I recently just made a knit with it, my fisherman's rib sweater with it. I should grab it. It is a like polo style sweater, and it's got these really cool retro stripes with it, which I really, really love. I originally, I'm so glad I went with these colored stripes. Originally, I did have like these hot pink stripes, which I think would have given it a different sort of feeling, but I went with these instead because I really, really love it. And I think it's turned out really nicely. It's got like it's a raglan sleeve, so it's really, really roomy. It's really nice. This one sits with quite a lot of positive ease on. And I love the detail just on the raglan there of just that one single line on there. So that was mostly made in this blue color here. I was also sent some 12 ply or bulky weight yarn. This is their, what is it? It's their chunky. Yes, it does say chunky. That's the same color. There's another color here. But it's their cargo yarn. And this one is purple and green, which is like such an underrated color combo. I really do love this together. So I've got 3 skeins of each. That's enough to make like a sweater. They're about 100 meters each. 3 times 6. So it's 600 meters I have. That could be a sweater's worth in chunky, but maybe like a crop sweater if you like cut it here or something. Maybe a cool stripe. Like I think a stripe would look really cool with this. The reason why they did send it as well, I didn't mention it, but they did send it because I was featured as their designer of the month in May, which is really, really awesome. So I didn't expect them to send anything. They just sort of asked questions, and now it's up on their website, so you can go have a look at that and see me talk about myself. It's weird talking about yourself, but anyway. Yeah, that's why they sent this to me, and it was very, very nice and kind of them. And they sent a few other little like cute goodies as well, like a little gauge swatch ruler and some stickers and stuff. So it was really, really fun. And their wool is actually incredible. If I ever get a chance to go to Amsterdam, I'm going to shop there for more of their colours. Next up is this box of lovely goodies I got recently. This one I received last week, and it is a whole lot of their DK weight yarns. So I just ordered their purely merino DK. I got white, red, petrol blue, and this orange or orangey color. These are the colors I got in the DK weight. So far, like I haven't worked it up yet. These are the yarns I'm going to make my last sweaters winter, spring, this season with. The yarn though, let me see if I can find here. So the red, you can see it's quite bouncy. Oh, I can't. Yeah, it has this really nice bounce to it already. I can see in that yarn, and it feels really soft. Like I'm pretty sensitive, I think, to yarn, so this is quite nice. I think it's gonna be so nice to work with. Again, I haven't worked it up. I'm really excited about that. And then I ordered this Simply Cotton in DK as well. And it's like a beige color. Let me see if I can find. Color is 466. I'm pretty sure it's like beige or cream or something like that. And that is going to be perfect for like winter. Sorry, not winter. For some summer knits. It's really soft. Like even that has no bounce, as cotton shouldn't. But that is really soft. Like it's really nice. It's very nude colored. I think it's a bit more nude colored than I expected from the website. And I have this thing about wearing colors that are so similar to your skin tone, people think you're naked or something. Maybe if I add lace in it, I don't know if that'll be any better. Maybe I can make like a lacy thing or add stripes to it or something like that. I didn't have definitive plans for it, but I do have plans to cast on Tea number 1 by My Favorite Things. So this will probably be really good for that. Oh, okay. It was inspected. This explains why my dog was so interested in sniffing my yarn, because like it's wool, so usually with wool she's like, oh yeah, whatever, but with alpaca she'll really get into like the smell of it. But I was interested in why she was so interested in this box, but now I know why. It's because she could smell other dogs on it. I'm still talking about yarn. I know I've changed cameras, but I'm still talking about yarn because I forgot about this yarn just now. So this yarn I bought from Spotlight. It's this mill ends. It was just in this bargain bin at Spotlight. Spotlight's just like a local craft shop here in Australia. So usually I wouldn't buy like these yarns. I'm that person that once you go to like all your fancy yarns, you don't sort of go back. But I found this yarn and it is actually, I don't know what fiber it is. All it says on here is that it's mixed fibers and it says to cold, gentle hand wash. It's actually quite soft. Like it is a bit harsh, but it's like not super, super harsh. It's soft enough to work with. And the reason why I did buy it is because I have planned, I don't know if anyone else has watched K-pop Demon Hunters, but my plans involve making outfits from that movie. So the one I had in mind was a hoodie that is from the movie, and it's the one where it's got the Dopey the tiger on it as well. So I did buy the colors for Dopey the tiger as well, along with this. And there's black yarn somewhere as well, which I don't have in front of me, to make the motif on the front. So that is the only reason I bought this, or else I probably wouldn't have. And I figured that I don't work a lot of color work, so I'll buy some cheaper yarn. So this yarn this yarn bag costs $9, and these cost like $2 each. So because I don't do a lot of color work, I figured I'd use these yarns to make it up first, and then if it works out, my second sample I can make with much nicer yarn, because for now this is actually quite nice to work with. I'm trying to figure out the fiber. I think it's like a blend. It's like most likely like an acrylic wool blend, because it's got this fluff on it. If people know like how to blend, like what blends just by looking at the fibers, please let me know in the comments. I'm guessing 100% here. So I think it's, yeah, like a wool blend. It's got, I'm trying to get this to focus for you guys. See, it's got a bit of fluff on it, and it feels soft. So I feel like there's like some sort of nice like acrylic or nylon in it to make it feel quite soft. And I did work up a sample as well, and the sample is quite nice. Like the stitches are quite nice on it. This is on 4mm needles, and it works in a DK weight yarn, probably a bit heavier than DK, but not quite worsted, so it's like almost in between. But if I had to label it, I would say it's a DK weight, and it actually like feels quite nice on. And because it's not going to be like a tight fitting sweater, I figured it was totally fine to make as like a hoodie. Now I just have to figure out how to make a hoodie. Okay, so this is the bind off I'm doing. This is also the ribbing that I did. I actually worked a technique called combination ribbing here for the hem. And I also worked on the cuff. I'll show you the other cuff because it's clearer. So yeah, I worked this technique called combination knitting, and it's meant to make like a much nicer rib. And to be honest, that is nicer than my usual rib. However, I don't think it's showing as well here because the baby alpaca yarn is like not as like good, but that's the inside. The inside still looks like quite nice and neat, but that's stretched. But the outside looks a lot neater than usual. This is the outside here, and then this part's the inside, and it looks pretty much the same. My point was, I did have a point to this. My point is because of that, I have to work a Italian bind off slightly differently because of the way the stitch is twisted. In the combination knitting, you knit your stitch as normal, and then when you work your purl stitch, you work through the back loop and you wrap your yarn clockwise. So then my purl stitches are mounted backwards, so it means I have to work the Italian bind off slightly differently. My skin does not look that great, sorry, but also on top of that, I realized just this morning when I woke up that I actually forgot to wash the soap out of my hair, like the shampoo out of my hair, and my hair was feeling really weird and like greasy and stiff, and I just like washed it out in the sink because I just could not be bothered doing like a whole shower thing again. And yeah, it's strange, like because I sleep with my hair wrapped up in a like a hair towel. I'm forgetting what it's called. You know, you just wrap it up and then you put it on like a hair turban thing. And I sleep in that. And so it must have really just sunk it in. And then I woke up, my hair felt greasy. So I just sort of washed it out in the sink and then with like a wet towel to get to the back part. And so I'm hoping it washed out okay. But I don't know why I forget sometimes to wash my hair, like to rinse it out, the shampoo and stuff, because it's like you're there. It's so weird. I find it really weird because I'm just like I was in that shower. Why did I forget? It's strange. But anyway, so Babylon Leather were kind enough to send me this kit of one of their bags. I got to choose the bag, and the one I chose was the Pauline bag. And the reason for choosing the Pauline bag specifically is because when I went to Paris last year, I went to the flagship Pauline store there, and I wanted this specific bag in this specific color, and they did not have it in stock at the time I was there. And I just didn't want to order it online. I wanted to like have it in Paris and all that stuff. So I didn't end up getting it. It comes with absolutely everything that you need. So it's got all the tools, it's all got all the mounts, it's got all the hardware. It's made of full grain cowhide leather. The only thing that I wish that they offered is just a fake leather version because I just would have preferred that. The other great thing is that they've got a great detailed tutorial as well on how to put it together because I wouldn't know the first thing about putting this together. So I'm really excited to get started. So I did mention that last year I went to Paris to buy the bag and then I didn't end up getting it, but I do want to show you like what I did get. This is the mini version of the bag I'm about to make now. This one is the genuine one. Obviously it's got Pauline on it. This is the one that they had, and so I got this instead because they didn't have the other one. And I rarely wear this out, and to be honest, this costs the same as the bag I'm about to make now. But it is so like freaking cute, and it's like a usable bag and everything. Like it opens and stuff, so it's really cute. It's got the little pocket on the back. It barely fits anything. It doesn't fit my phone or anything. Like I've got the iPhone 13 mini and it still doesn't fit that. I'm going to try and put it in now. It's still stiff as well because I barely use it. Yeah, that does not fit at all. Maybe if I had like a flip phone or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll hang this on the big version so that it's like its own mini bag. I feel like one of those fancy designer, those people that have those like designer hauls and it's like, look at my designer stuff, but it's not really at all. Okay, I wasn't going to talk too much about it, but I got a lot of interest on Instagram when I was posting while I was making the bag. And so I didn't really record too much because I was really intently trying to finish it for the video. And plus, I really wanted to use it to go out this weekend. So that's the finished bag. And I think I did mention that I got the size large. I'm just going to like open it up so you guys can see. That's like the finished product. These are the like buttons for it that you just like snap together. The kit itself was amazing. It had all of the stuff that you needed in it. So it had the thread, it had the like the little screwdriver you use to like screw in those bottom parts. It came with all the hardware as well. So it comes with all the buckles. Everything is pre-cut. You just got to do the stitching and stuff. So I'm quite happy with like my stitching along the bag. I think it looks not too bad. Some parts could use improvement, but I'm obviously no expert. It does come with the strap as well. So the strap is quite nice. Like it's really soft. And I think that'd be really good. It's just like a shoulder strap. Someone on Instagram did say like it'd be cool if it was like a backpack strap, but unfortunately it doesn't have like the buckles on the back to create that. So it's just the two straps. I tried to put this on before, but I can't actually push this through these holes because I'm not strong enough. Like I can't, like my fingers are too weak to actually push it through. So that's why I haven't. I originally did get this large one because I thought that I would be taking my knitting and stuff in it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get the large one for knitting. And the person I interacted with checked to make sure that I wanted the large one. And I was like, yeah, I want to put my knitting in it. But then I realized that actually I usually use like my tote bags to put my knitting in separately. And then I carry like a separate bag anyway. And I think in my head, I was like, oh, I'll carry everything in this one bag. But holding it now, I'm like, I don't know if I would do that. And I don't know if it would fit too much inside. All I would fit is like, I guess one project and maybe my iPad for my pattern or something like that, but not too much. So now I'm thinking like maybe I should have gotten the medium size, and I'm very tempted to go back and buy the smaller size, the medium to small size or whatever it is, so that I can have that. And they do have different colors like black and green. There was like a nice dark green. I'm like, maybe one of those, but I'm not sure. But I do genuinely still love this. Like it's such good value. And if you're a DIY girl like me, then it's like very cool. Like I really like it. I really enjoy it. It also looks giant on me, and it could just be me, but it looks giant. I think I'll wear it out and try it out and see how we go first. And if I don't love it, I think I'll go for the small one. But anyway, that's just all about bags. I feel like one of those like bag bloggers now. But anyway, awkward end.